It all started with a box I probably shouldn't have opened. When my parents moved out of our old house, they handed me this dusty crate with "old stuff" scrawled on the side. I didn't think much of it, just another trip down memory lane. Inside, it was exactly what you'd expect. Old yearbooks, forgotten toys, and then a photo I had no memory of taking. It was me and my best friend, David. We must have been 12. That picture hit me like a ton of bricks because he died the summer right after it was taken. A car accident. He was on his way to a lake trip, a trip that I was supposed to be on but missed at the last minute. I just stared at it for what felt like an eternity. We looked so incredibly happy, without a care in the world. Behind us was my old backyard. I recognized the crooked fence post, the big oak tree we used to try and fail to climb. It was a perfect frozen moment of a life that felt a million miles away. I placed it on my desk, feeling a strange mix of sadness and nostalgia, and finally went to bed. The next morning, I woke up feeling off. I glanced over at my desk, and that's when my heart did a little stutter step. The photo was still there. It was still me and David. But the background, the backyard, was gone. In its place, we were standing right here, in my current apartment. I let out this weird, nervous laugh. My first thought was, okay, I must be losing it. Maybe I had another similar print and I just mixed them up in my tired state. But when I picked it up, I knew that wasn't it. It was the exact same photo paper, the same aged, faded look, the same slightly bent corner. It was impossible. That night, I decided to test it. I left the photo on my desk again, but this time I placed it face down. I didn't want to see it staring back at me. When I woke up, the first thing I saw was that it was face up again. A cold dread started creeping up my spine. And that wasn't all. David's hand, which was by his side before, was now resting on my shoulder in the picture. The photo itself felt different, heavier, as if the air around it had gained some kind of physical weight. And his smile, it looked newer, less like a faded memory from a photograph, and more like a real, living moment happening right now. It was too real. My rational brain was screaming for an explanation. So I did what anyone in the 21st century would do. I took a picture of the picture with my phone, a digital copy, a baseline, something to prove I wasn't just going crazy. I figured whatever was happening, it couldn't affect a digital file, right? I saved it, and for the rest of the day, I tried to ignore the growing knot of fear in my stomach. That night, sleep didn't come easy. I tossed and turned. The image of that changing photo burned into my mind. Then, at 3 a.m., I jolted awake. I don't know what woke me, just a sudden, overwhelming sense of panic. The first thing I did was grab my phone. I went to my photo gallery, my thumb shaking as I tapped on the picture I took earlier. My blood ran cold. The digital photo had changed too, but it was different from the physical one. In this new version on my phone, David was gone. It was just me, and the dark, unmistakable shadow of someone standing just outside the frame, watching me. I scrambled out of bed, turned on every light in the room, and printed the new photo from my phone. I laid them side by side on my floor. In the original, he was right there beside me, his hand on my shoulder. In the new one, I was alone, being watched by a shadow. He wasn't with me anymore. He was just there, somewhere in the dark. I stopped sleeping after that. How could I? Every time I tried to close my eyes, I felt like I was being watched. The photo seemed to have a life of its own. It started moving closer to me each night. First, it was on my desk across the room. The next morning, I found it on my dresser, a few feet closer. Then, it appeared on my nightstand, right beside my bed. It was inching its way toward me while I was most vulnerable. Last night was the worst. I was lying in bed, eyes wide open in the darkness, when I heard a soft click. It was quiet but unmistakable, the sound an old camera makes when it takes a picture. The room was pitch black, but for a split second I saw a faint blinding light, the flash of an old Polaroid, going off right next to my face. This morning, I didn't even have to look. I could feel it. There was a new photo on my nightstand. It was fresh, glossy, still developing. I watched in horror as the milky white surface slowly resolved into an image. It was me, asleep in my bed, and standing behind me, with a hand resting on my shoulder, was someone smiling. David. I dropped the photo as if it had burned me. My eyes darted to the wall where I'd taped the original picture, hoping to find it unchanged. But it was gone. The wall was bare. Now there's only one photo left, this new one, the one taken last night. And I think this is where the real nightmare begins. Because every night when I inevitably wake up in a cold sweat, the person standing behind me in that photo is just a little bit closer. His smile is a little wider. I've stopped taking pictures myself. I've tried to delete every camera app, smash my phone, anything to stop it. But it doesn't matter. My phone still saves new photos to the cloud every single night. They're mostly just black screens with faint, distorted shapes in the darkness. But each file has a name, and each name is a timestamp. 3:17 a.m., 3:17 a.m., 3:17 a.m., over and over. I don't know what happens when he finally reaches me in the photo. But I think, soon, I won't be the one telling this story anymore. Thank you so much for listening to my story. If you've ever had an experience you can't explain, let me know down in the comments. And if you want to hear more tales from the shadows, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Stay safe out there.